Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Jackie. I hope you hit that subscribe button to be notified whenever I upload a new video. Happy Halloween everyone, or if you're watching this, it is no longer Halloween. It's probably a day or two after, but it is Halloween for me and I thought I would do my Halloween get ready with me. This is the 5th one I've done in a row. So I've started in 2016 doing these like yearly Halloween get ready with me's, and now this is the 5th one. So I've been doing it for that long. To start off with, in 2016 I was a fairy princess. 2017 I was the Queen of Hearts. 2018 I was like a 50s poodle girl. 2019 I was a pink unicorn princess. And this year I am Scooby Doo. So it's been so fun doing these Halloween get ready with me's. I made a playlist down below to watch all my Halloween videos, my Halloween costume lookbooks. They will be in a playlist down below, and it's actually what I watched while getting ready. I was sat here watching my own Halloween get ready with me's. Obviously this is the final look, but if you want to see me transform into Scooby Doo, let's roll on to my Halloween get ready with me 2020. Shall we? Here I am with a bare face. I already did my skincare and everything, so my skin is all prepped. The first product I'm using is a Wet n Wild concealer to be my eyeshadow primer, because I do not have a drugstore primer and I wanted this look to be more drugstore focused. So I'm just tapping it into my eye with my ring finger and blending it in. Also my first time starting with eyes. I usually do with base, but we're going to start off with eyes today, and I'm taking the Wet n Wild Ice Cream Bee palette. I thought this would be perfect for Halloween and what I'm going to be this year, so I'm just taking the color Loves You More, and it is a matte chocolate brown color. I'm just blending that color into my crease with a Wet n Wild blending brush. It's my first time using this palette and it's so nice and pigmented. I was not expecting that, but I'm really impressed with the quality when I first dipped my brush into it. Now I'm taking the shade Waffly Cute. I love the names of these eyeshadows. So it isn't as pigmented as I wanted, so I'm taking a setting spray and wetting the brush, and then the color payoff is a lot better. It's like a sparkly, like it matches the color of my headband. That's like the color it is. I'm just applying that shade all over my lid and blending it in. Then I'm just doing the other eye. It's really weird doing my eyes first. I'm usually more of a face person and then my eyes, but as I said, I'm trying to switch it up, and I didn't know if this eyeshadow palette had fallout, which it doesn't have too much fallout, which is nice, and honestly the quality of the shades are really good. Then I'm taking the shade Waffly Cute again, applying it all over the center of my lid. I'm still playing with eyeshadow and learning how to blend it, but I like it so far. Moving on to my brows, I'm taking the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Brunette, and I'm just filling in the sparse areas and feathering it out. I'm still not the best at my brows, and my brows really need to go get waxed or something, but I'm working on it, and I'm just taking the spoolie end, brushing it out, brushing them up to be a little bit more bushy for this Halloween look. I don't know if I achieved it, but I tried to brush them up a little bit more than I usually do. Now I'm taking a brow gel, which this is the Benefit 24-hour brow setter, I believe, and I don't have a drugstore version, so I just used my regular one. Now I'm moving on to face. This is my favorite primer at the moment. It is the Wet n Wild Hydrating Primer. So I'm just doing a few dots all over my face and massaging it in, and I'm letting it get tacky first so my foundation really sticks to it, and I'm just giving myself a little facial massage to really get the product in there. Now for foundation, and this is the first time I'm using the Wet n Wild Dewy Foundation. I had so many recommendations to try it, and I finally am. I think I dipped the brush or the silicone spatula in twice, but I just put it all over my face, dotted it around, and I'm taking a Real Technique sponge and just blending it in so it goes in well. The color match I'm not too sure of. I think in real life it matches more perfectly than it does on camera. I usually have that problem where it doesn't really like look the same color in real life to it does on camera, but it honestly matches quite well. I tried blending it in, avoiding my eyes and my eyebrows because they were already done or semi-done, my eyes. But I'm just trying to blending it in. I'm just dabbing it in so it blends seamlessly with my skin. Now for concealer, I'm taking the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. And this is really nice. I've been using this for quite a few months now. And since I discovered I have more drier skin than I thought, it's really helpful for underneath my eyes. I put it everywhere where I need coverage. So I put it underneath my eyes and a few problem areas where I have discoloration and redness. But I didn't put too much on like I usually do. My skin has been cooperating with me a little bit. So I'm just blending it in. I usually do the face first before I do my under eyes. And this concealer sets a little bit quickly, so I really have to get in there and blend it. So I just look up and blend it in. I think the concealer shade I'm using is in medium sand, and it does oxidize on me. So I might have to switch colors, but now I'm going to set that concealer, and I'm using the Wet n Wild palette, and this is in the shade Dulce de Leche. I'm taking that banana colored on a fluffy angled brush and just blending it in to set my eyes. I don't do too much because I do have dry under eyes. I then take the bronzer shade and I'm just going to contour with it and then use a little bit more of that powder underneath to create a sharper line. And I'm just blending it in down my cheekbones and to my temples and just repeating the steps on the other side. And then blending it all together with my sponge to make sure it's even. I did a bit of nose contouring, not too much, just giving a faint line there just to make sure that I did like contour a little bit like the rest of the face, and of course blending that out as well. For blush, I'm taking the Wet n Wild Blush Lighter palette and I'm using the blush in the shade I Met Someone and just putting it on the apple of my cheeks and blending it upwards. It really is a pretty color and I love the sparkle in it and how glowy it is. Now for mascara, I'm taking the Wet n Wild Volume Mascara and I'm just applying one coat because I'm going to put lashes on, but I just wanted a little bit of volume. The lashes I'm using are these magnetic ones by Kiss, and I'm not too good with this kind of eyeliner, but I try my best to line my eyes with it, and I'm not using regular liner, so this one is like the special one it comes with, and I try my hardest to get like a perfect even line all the way through. Then I apply the lash. I love the magnetic versions because it's just so easy to put on. I struggle with lashes, but this is the eye that has the lash on and the other one doesn't, so it does make a difference. So yeah, I'm getting pretty good at it. It takes me a little while to get it adjusted, but in the end I get there, and they stayed on all night until I took them off. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with magnetic lashes. I'm gonna finish up the rest of my eye makeup now. I'm taking the shade Pistachio and Love and putting it under my lash line. I'm just blending that in and then going to my other eye and blending that side in. I'm blending that to the middle of my lashes. Now I'm taking the shade Malt With You and I'm applying that to my brow bone and inner corner, but it wasn't as glowy as I like. Even though I'm putting it on, I actually take the shade It's Your Birthday, which is like a holographic, more highlight kind of shade, and it was blinding. Speaking of blinding, I took this highlighter by Wet n Wild in the shade It's So Lit and I applied it to my cheekbones and my brow bone. I had to wipe it away because it was really glowy. I also took the shade from the Blush Lighter palette and decided to add that on the tip of my nose and my Cupid's bow. The lip liner, I'm taking this Wet n Wild Bear to Comment shade and I'm just outlining my lips and putting that on. So it doesn't really match the shade I'm wearing, but I decided to line my lips so I don't mess up. The lip color I'm using is also from Wet n Wild. It is called Mochalicious, and I was expecting it to be more brown because in the tube it is like a dark brown color, but it's more of like a mauve shade, but it still went good with the makeup look. And I really like how smooth it applied, and it didn't take too much effort to put it, but I just wanted to do a few more swipes than normal. It's a matte lipstick lipstick, so I'm taking a gloss. This is a Wet n Wild in La Vida Mocha, and I'm just making it so it's a little bit of an ombre effect. Last step is setting spray, so I'm just doing a few sprays on my face and then taking a beauty blender to just pat in the excess so it really like gets in there. And with the dewy foundation and all the highlight that I use, my makeup is extra glowy and I like that effect. And that is the finished product of my glowy brown toned makeup look. Now that the makeup is all done, I'm going to do my hair, but since it is Halloween and we're a little bit magical on Halloween, let's get this hair ready in 3, 2, 1. And hair is all done. Now that my makeup and hair is all done, it's time to get dressed. So let's magically transport to my mirror and change into my costume in 3, 2, 1. And then here is me in my costume. So I don't know where to place my ring light, so you'll have to see that right there. But this is my costume. The dog ear headband is from Walmart. It did come with this like matching nose, but my makeup is too pretty to cover it up, so I am not going to put this on. But it does have a dog nose because it is the like dog Snapchat filter costume if you wanted to do that. There is an actual like Scooby Doo accessory costume, but it was all sold out everywhere, so I just improvised and bought dog ears and a collar. So this is a more glammed up Scooby Doo. It's not like really a makeup look to turn me into Scooby Doo. I just put some glam makeup on instead. And yeah, I'm kind of like a dog for Halloween. So this is a real life dog collar. It will go to my dog in the Philippines after I'm done with it. It's really soft and comfortable, and I got it in a blue and a green because it is Scooby-Doo colors. The keychain that I wanted to like have a dog tag, the Scooby-Doo dog tag, did not come in time, or else I would have attached it here. But yeah, I'm wearing a collar to be a dog. The sweater is from H&M, and as soon as I saw it, I'm like, that could be perfect for Scooby-Doo. So I call it my Scooby-Doo sweater. It is so soft. And I'm just wearing some black leggings and some brown boots. And zoom in on the boots. They're very chunky and they kind of look like Scooby paws. So yeah, that is the boots that I'm wearing and the leggings. And the most important part of the costume, I bought this cute little Scooby-Doo stuffed animal, or stuffy, whatever you call him. And he's from Walmart as well. So this was a little last minute, but it came in time and I'm happy about that. So that is my overall costume, and I'm glad to be Scooby-Doo for Halloween 2020. And there you have it. That was my makeup, my hair, and my costume, and who I was for Halloween 2020. I hope you enjoyed my transformation into Scooby-Doo. I mean, it really isn't like a full Scooby-Doo. It's more like a glam Scooby-Doo, but hey, it is still a Scooby-Doo / dog inspired look. I will be linking everything down below, from all the makeup products that I used and the shade names, my costume, accessories, and of course my outfit details. And there you have it. That is it for my 5th annual Halloween Get Ready With Me. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you've been here since the beginning and you've watched all my Halloween Get Ready With Me. As I mentioned, there will be a playlist down below of all my Halloween videos I've done on this channel. And that is it for my Halloween 2020 Get Ready With Me. I hope you enjoyed watching. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope you had a safe and happy Halloween from me and Scooby-Doo. Bye everyone!